technological hazards. And we talked about different types of natural hazards like wildfires, tornadoes. We talked about hurricanes. And we cited the example of Hurricane Katrina. We talked about earthquakes, and we also talked about floods. Okay? And we showed you the example of a flood in Saudi Arabia. Right, next, we're going to talk about mass movements. Now, mass movement is a general category. Okay, it includes several different hazards caused by horizontal or lateral movement of large quantities of physical matter. That's what we call it mass movement. Okay, when you have a huge quantity of matter of anything, a huge quantity moving either lateral in the vertical direction and lateral direction or horizontal direction. Now, mass movement, they cause a lot of damage and loss of life through several processes, including pushing, crushing, or burying of objects in their parts, damming of rivers, waterways, subsequent movement of displaced bodies of water, typically in the form of a tsunami, destruction or obstruction of major transportation routes, and alteration of the natural environment in which humans are negatively impacted. So these are various ways that mass movement could lead to hazards or lead to losses, right, in the environment. And sometimes when you have a huge amount of mass falling into the water, it could lead to displacement of water moving at high speed, and this will cause a tsunami. All right. So we have various things that could be caused due to various damages that be caused through different processes of due to mass movement. So let's look at following of mass movement hazards. So you can see here, this is what you call a landslide. Okay, you can see there's a bridge here, and this amount of earth simply moves away, probably due to liquefaction or due to, sometimes the earth after many years might become weak from holding together or may become liquefied, and it becomes like somewhat, if you move away from a solid state into some close to a liquid state, in a state in which it can flow, like a plastic state, and then it will spread out, right? And you can see covering this bridge here. You could also have this mud flow, all right? You can see this is rain. It could be due to rain or due to coming in contact with water, and then this makes it become liquefied. It can now flow in a very, very plastic state. All right. So now it's solid and now it's very plastic and it's flowing as mud. And this mud now could typically bury a village. I heard that there was a mud flow that buried an entire village in China. You can see here, this is lateral spread. When the earth just simply spreads out. Okay. And then you could see people are still using this road because it's a poor country and they cannot fix it immediately, like in other developed countries. Is also rock falls, which happens also here in Saudi Arabia. You have an assignment on this. You have rock falls, right? And you can see here where you have residential, buildings close to rocks, where you have a huge lump of rocks. And some of these rocks fall off the cliff and roll over to where people actually occupy. So we call this rock falls. This is an avalanche, right? This is where you have snow, mass movement of snow. Okay, so this one is called an avalanche. You must have seen some of this maybe in movies or things like that.
Doctor,
Now, yeah,
we cannot see the slide.
okay. From the beginning or just now?
No, just now it stopped in the mass movement.
Okay, let me see. Which of the mass movements?
The first one.
Yeah,
The second one
where
in
you
the
have that
China.
Middle fall, Doctor. The
Yes,
stop in middle fall in
mud
China.
flow. Mud flow.
Yeah.
yes.
Has it changed now, or still on the first one?
Still not
No,
changed.
Doctor, it's still in the middle fall.
Let me share it again. Maybe there's an issue. Let me stop the sharing and then reshare share it again. This is probably due to the connection, maybe. Can you see the slides now?
Not yet.
Not yet, Doctor. It's a black screen.
I'm sharing with you now. You should be able to see it now.
Yes, I
Yes.
see now mud flow now.
Okay. Can you see lateral spreads?
Yes, I see it now.
All right. So basically here, this is another example of mass movement, okay, where you have the earth spreading out, all right. And also we have this rock falls, as I was explaining to you previously. The rock falls, you have residential area close to rock where you have a lump of rocks, and then you have these rocks falling off towards the residential area. And there's an example of this, I think, in Jizan, in Saudi Arabia. They have a lot of these rock falls in Jizan. There's a paper on this, and I'm going to give it to you guys as an assignment as well. Now you have mass movements. This is mass movements, avalanche. We have a huge movement of snow, a mass of snow. So we call it an avalanche. You might have seen some of this in the movies where the snow just starts falling off. Okay. Now let's talk about another kind of hazard here. It's called tsunamis. So what's a tsunami? Tsunami is a wave or series of waves that's generated by a mass displacement of sea or lake water. All right. When you have waves coming from the sea or lake water moving very fast, this is called a tsunami. So the most common generative factor behind tsunamis is undersea earthquakes. All right. When you have earthquakes at the bottom of the ocean, it's one of the most common factors causing tsunamis. So this causes ocean floor displacement, but large tsunamis have been caused by volcanic eruptions and landslides as well. Sometimes you have volcanic eruptions, okay, and landslides. This may also lead to what? Huge tsunamis.
Doctor,
Now, yeah.
sorry for disturbance, but it happened again. We cannot see the. No, we can see it, yes. But in the beginning, we cannot see the slide. But
All
now we
right.
can see it.
All right, no problem. Maybe there's some problem with the connection. All right, so tsunami waves travel outward as movement of kinetic energy at very high speeds in all directions from the area of disturbance. As the waves approach shallow coastal waters, wave speed quickly decreases and the water is drawn upward onto the land. So this is how tsunamis happen. Firstly, it starts moving at very high speeds. Then as it moves close to coastal waters, yeah, around where we have the land, right, the wave speed will reduce and the water is drawn upward onto the land. Now, tsunamis can strike at heights of up to over 100 feet and extend to the land for more than 1 mile or even more. Okay, so this is very, very huge. Over 100 feet, maybe over 30 meters. That's very, very high. You know, over 30-story building, maybe 10-story building. Okay, so we're talking about something like a 10-story building high of water moving towards the land for about 1 mile. Okay, for about 1 mile. This is total disaster. So you can see, like in this picture here, though this is an exaggerated picture, but this is what a tsunami looks like. Okay, you see the water coming very high, even above everything else. Okay, above everything else in the city, and it will come to the land for at least about 1 mile into the land. Okay. Now let's talk about volcanic eruptions. So a volcano is a break in the Earth's crust through which molten rock from beneath the Earth's surface magma erupts. So you have the Earth's crust, you have the structure of the Earth's crust. I hope you can see the slides, volcanic eruptions.
Doctor,
Yeah.
the slide is not moving. It's still in the tsunami.
Okay, let me wait for a while. Maybe it will show. Can you see it now?
No, still.
Still on the, is it the picture of the tsunami or the text?
No, the
Text.
the natural hazard tsunami.
Yeah, the text or the picture. Is it the photo?
No, the definition.
Oh, I see. I mean, the photo now, can you see the photo?
No, I can't see it.